Okay. We are live to the internet.
You interrupted my flow.
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. We are so excited you're here. We have a great show for you, full of Disney news, a lot of really cool things happening in and around the parks and outside the parks. We're going to get to that. My name is Park Hopper John. I'm from WW Park Hoppers. Joining me, as always, is the lovable, huggable Mr. Tony Calcinoma from Disney by the Numbers. How's it going, buddy?
It is going fantastic.
Excellent. And we are so glad that you guys have taken time out of your busy weeks to listen to our podcast. If you are listening live via BLAB FM, welcome, BLAB FM, blab.im.
Yeah.
Radio Day is coming out. If you are listening via blab.im, thank you for taking time and watching us live. We do these every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We do a live recording, and you get to see us, warts and all. And you get to see us, getting ready for the show, doing the show, the post show, and then we sign off, and then we all go to sleep because
we go night-night.
Then we go night-night. So before we get into a lot of the news for this week, let's talk about our wonderful sponsors. Our friends over at MagicYourBands.com has done us and all of our friends a solid by giving us a 10% discount. If you go to DisneyParksPodcast.com, you will find in the sidebar, you'll find a little link, you'll find a little picture for Magic Your Bands. If you're tired of those ugly gray Magic bands and you want to jazz them up, you want to plus up your Magic band a little bit, you want to maybe do a custom image, you want to put your name on it, you want to use some of their already made images, you can go there, you can pick out your designs, and when you go to checkout, you type in Disney Parks Podcast, all one word, you're going to get 10% off your order. And they have got some incredible band designs. They come out with new ones every Friday. They've had this really cool thing they've been doing for Halloween, and I'm sure they're going to do some really cool stuff for the holidays. So definitely want to click on that and take advantage of the 10% discount. Magic Your Bands, folks, are really, really awesome. And it's a darn sight cheaper than those stinking custom Magic bands that you have to purchase at the Magic Kingdom, which we're going to get to that in just a little bit.
Right.
So
I did get a message from Matt, and they have been getting quite a few orders with the coupon code, so that's good.
Good.
We're glad that we can help them out.
That's right.
They can help us.
Yeah, because when you visit all of our sponsors, that in turn helps us. It keeps the show coming to you free. Blab, if you're out there listening, we love you guys. Thank you for keeping this platform free. It helps us for now. Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yep.
And MagicYourBands.com, great sponsor. We love those guys. They're awesome. Second piece of housekeeping, we are going to have a meetup at Walt Disney World on December 5th. That's a Saturday afternoon from 2 until 4 p.m. We're going to have it at Disney's Hollywood Studios. If everything goes according to plan, we're going to have it at the new multi-use building at the end of Sunset Boulevard. But it's going to be Club Disney. If everything goes to plan,
right?
Because that's the opening day of this new venue. Yeah. If everything doesn't go to plan, we're going to call an audible. Yeah. But right now, we're planning on doing the new Disney Club Disney, from 2 until 4 p.m. on Saturday, December 5th. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what the DJs are playing. You definitely want to come because you're going to pick up some really cool swag. We got some new Disney Parks Podcast stickers. We got some new batons. We've got some really cool swag that we're going to give away that Tony was so graciously showing off there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some other prizes. I'm sure that the rolling show of awesome will figure out something to do next. Maybe that'll be the one time this year that I ride Tower of Terror and we all get a group shot. Yeah. I'll have to go change my shorts.
Worst case, we all hang out until Osborne Light starts.
That's right. That'd be awesome. I would dig that. Yeah. December 5th, Saturday from 2 to 4 at the end of Sunset Boulevard. Ask where the new Club Disney is. I'm sure there's going to be signage, and we would love to see you there.
It'll be that way.
It'll be that way.
Yep. And if you go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com, you can pick up one of these beauties. Right on the left-hand side, it says bookstore. You can buy one and get it from me, signed and numbered. If you don't feel like doing that, go to Amazon.com where you can pick up the book there. and you can get it from Amazon. Unfortunately, it won't have my little paw print in it.
Nope, it will not.
You'll have to bring it to me or some other way if you want me to sign it. So
Carrier pigeon or something.
Carrier pigeon. And we also ask that you sign up for our newsletter because there's lots of good stuff that comes out in the newsletter. We also put in there the BLAB notices so that you can make sure that you kind of as a reminder each week that we are here and can join us. And if you want to watch us live, record live, you can do that.
Yes, nothing better than a couple of knucklehead talking heads talking about Disney and complaining about the prices of everything.
Right.
Because that doesn't get old ever.
Yeah. So two interesting things before we get into the news. One is I sent a copy of this to John Lasseter today.
Get out. Really?
I kid you not.
Did he ask for it or you just...
No. I was taking Terry Hardin's advice, who said, to acknowledge some crazy people, which I did in my book. On page 145, there's acknowledgments. And one is John Lasseter. And hold on, let me get to the page. I can't even find page 145 anymore. I am illiterate. I wrote a book and I can't read.
It's after 144.
Yeah. So I wrote in here, my acknowledgments. I put John Lasseter, Ed Catmull, Albie Ray Smith, and Steve Jobs for creating Pixar. So she said, acknowledge people and then send them a copy of the book. So I wrote him a little letter saying how much of a Pixar Toy Story fan I am, and I appreciate everything he does with Pixar. And here's a copy of my book.
Nice.
And then I couldn't resist myself. I put in a sentence. I said, "P.S. If you ever want to come on our podcast, we're more than welcome to have you." Right.
Either do the podcast or send us a couple of shirts.
Yeah, I should have said that too.
Yeah.
So anyway, my friend Diane went out to California, and she brought back some fun things I thought I'd show, since we can now show people things. The first place she went was the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard it's awesome, and it just seems that way. The one thing she brought back was this. This is the skeleton dance in a pin form. If you can see that, maybe get a little bit closer.
Oh, nice. I stopped moving it, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And along with that, she brought back the kind of the brochure, and it kind of shows you the different rooms.
Oh, wow.
It takes you through the kind of the history.
Yeah.
Of Walt Disney.
Yeah, we got to make a pilgrimage to that place, dude.
Yeah.
Got to happen.
Yeah. So that was that. And then she brought back a Disneyland 60th pin. Get that a little bit closer. Don't want to see that.
Nice.
I like the cardboard backing. It's pretty swaggy.
Yeah.
And then a friend of ours, Patty, who is a local there, she went to Disneyland, crazily enough, on the actual 60th and got me this.
Oh, dude.
Which was the guide map, I know.
Nice.
But you would say, Tony, that's a guide map. Everybody has a guide map, right? Yeah, that looks like a guide map, right?
Right. But, Tony, it's just a guide map. It looks like every other guide map.
Until you open it and you find the original 1955 guide map on the inside. And then it makes you cry.
Only sent one, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah, Patty didn't know that you needed one. I am fascinated with this and really what Disneyland was in 1955. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's amazing. She brought back the Times Guide, but it wasn't the Times Guide from 1955. So,
did they have live shows in 1955?
I'm sure they did. Well, they had that spontaneous stuff that they used to do.
Yeah, well, they didn't have everybody trying to get autographs and pictures back then. People were polite and didn't bum rush characters. Yeah, or all trying to sit for hours around the castle for fireworks or for Fantasmic, which didn't exist. Right.
So, it's nice. It's very interesting. Next time, I'll have to bring it to a meetup so you can see it in person, because it is kind of fun to look at what Disneyland was in 1955. It was funny. I was just reading some of my stats from Disneyland because I'm trying to think of a Disneyland book now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was the Disneyland Hotel. I may publish these. Maybe I'll do an article on the blog. There were only 7 rooms available on opening night at the Disneyland Hotel, and one of them was the room that you had to go to register. So really, there were 6 rooms to rent, and they were something like $7.50 a night.
Oh Lord, you can't even buy a hot dog at Disney for $7.50.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have some interesting facts on that. I may just put them in a nice little article, which I thought was good. Actually, there's another good article on the Disneyland Hotel on the D23 site.
Mm-hmm.
It might be behind the member firewall. It may not be available to the freebie members, but go check it out. Go check out d23.com and look under the news, I think it was. Okay. And then I think there's something on Disneyland. I almost put it in the show notes because it was that fascinating, but
cool.
It was kind of on the long side. I said, maybe.
Well, if maybe it's something we could put in the newsletter.
Yeah, put in the newsletter. That'd be a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have them every now and then.
Yeah.
Not often, but I have them every now and then.
Okay. So you want to get into the news?
Yeah, thank you, Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary.
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, so the Star Wars trailer. I made my prediction. It's out there that Star Wars the movie is going to do double the box office Avatar has done. It's going to double that.
Yeah, I hope so.
So, with that being said, the third and final trailer of the Star Wars movie, I don't believe them. The Force Awakens debuted this past week during the ESPN Monday Night Football broadcast, following immediately by a global online launch, which crushed some websites.
Yes.
The last sneak peek at the Star Wars, The Force Awakens, I think they have to shorten that title, was viewed by a TV audience of more than 16 million people, and then seen by another 112 million people online, for an astonishing combination of 128 million people in 24 hours.
That's crazy.
That's got to be like the population of some countries, right?
Oh, if that, and then some.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So incredibly, this beats the record of breaking in 88 million viewers for the second trailer, which was released in April at the Star Wars Celebration, and the first trailer, which debuted in November of 2014. So that is mind-crushing, I really think.
Yeah.
That they can pull, 128 million viewers to, what was it, a 60-second trailer?
No, I think it was
30?
A little over 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 minutes. And the thing was, it had that moment with Han Solo and Chewbacca.
I didn't see it. Don't tell me.
Okay, but it had that moment with Han Solo and Chewbacca, and I think that's what took everybody over the edge.
Yeah. I don't. I'm trying not to watch it in, trailer increments.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to read, because I love going to movie sites, and I love going to those, Ain't It Cool and Movie Web and all those places to get some of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And just trying to glean, because I'm interested in that kind of stuff. And obviously I'm into production and all that good stuff. But the thing is, man, I am trying so hard not to have anything ruined. I'm not reading any stories.
Yeah.
They're already filming the next one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's just insane. They're going to churn these bad boys out so hard. It's going to be great. I think that I know Fandango went down. I know AMC went down. Yeah. And I can't remember if the other one went down, but the fans are just ravenous for this. I just hope that after the first weekend, it has momentum and stays through. I said this last week. I just want I want the movie to have an extended run because that's what really drove Avatar over the edge. It was a movie that people wanted to see again and again and again.
I think people, wow. I think the way JJ shoots this stuff, because after I watched Star Trek, like the first reboot one, I was like, oh my God, I need to see this again, because there are things in there I'm sure I missed that, I wasn't paying attention to, because I might have been laughing. I might have been, maybe my mind wandered for a quick second on this, whatever was on. So I'm sure people, and I'm sure the diehard Star Wars fans are going to go back. They're going to want to see this a second and third time. And even, and maybe it's, maybe you can't get a 3D ticket, or you want to go see maybe an IMAX 3D. It's going to be an IMAX 3D. It's going to be in regular 3D. And I think that it's going to just be in, regular analog, just for lack of a better word. So you're going to have a choice of how you want to see it. And I think maybe people, maybe are going to see it in one, and then they're going to go back and see it in a different one. Or maybe just go back to see it in, I'd love to see it in IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
I mean, on that huge screen, come on.
The flight scenes, couple little flight bits and pieces that they showed were phenomenal. I mean, if Star Trek is any indication, it looks just like Star Trek. I mean, it has that real gritty, tangible quality to it. But Star Trek was very clean and pristine, just like, all the movies were. There was just something about, the Federation. Apparently they never got anything dirty. But Star Wars is completely the opposite. And, sidebar, funny story. I know we got to move forward. We got a lot of news, but, so I play drums at this place on the weekends. I play drums at this church on the weekend, and I took my little BB-8, my little app controlled. Yeah. And there was, guys who knew a lot about the movies, guys, who didn't know, a ton. And so guys that knew a lot, didn't know a lot, had no idea. Right. So it had a nice wash of people. That little silly rolling baseball that you control with your phone, everybody that put their hands on it turned into a 5-year-old. It was awesome. And about 10 people got to experience it, and it's like, I got to see this. And then I was talking the movie up a little bit. And so just this one little toy, it's a toy. Yeah. It's so fascinating that these people now want to see this movie. I mean, that's incredible. And that's not even, I don't know anything about the story. Yeah. So I'm jacked up to see it. I'm really crossing my fingers that we get an invite.
I don't know. I have a feeling.
I doubt it.
I'm going to be in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get an invite. I'm sure if they were smart, they would almost just fill the theater with the press.
Yes.
That's what I would do if I was them. The other thing is, I'm going to probably wind up being in New Jersey at the time.
Dude.
Yeah.
Party foul.
Yeah. Which is going to make me mad.
Yeah. Well, speaking of making you mad, can we move on?
Yeah. Let's rock on.
Well, we had the price increase for the one-day park hopper tickets. Yep. Then we had the price increase for the pass holders, so the annual pass, seasonal pass holders, the 27 tiers of pass holder that you could or could not be. Right. Now, Disney has released more price increases for their water parks, for Disney Quest, and miniature golf. Yep. So, if you would like to go to Disney's Blizzard Beach, or Disney's Typhoon Lagoon, both of the water parks, you are going to shell out an astonishingly high $56.45. Yeah. Unless you're between the ages of 3 and 9, then your parents are going to shell out $47.93. $50 for kids to go to a water park.
I know.
Now, let me skip Disney Quest. I want to get to Disney Quest in just a second. But miniature golf. So I'm assuming that the only number that was published was for Fantasia Gardens. I'm assuming
it's the same it's the same for
Summerland.
Yeah.
There's 2 miniature golf courses on Walt Disney World property. You are now going to pay $14 per person per game. Now that does include club rental, the putter, and a ball. Yeah. I'm assuming.
Yes.
you might have to start paying for pencils and a scorecard. I'm just saying. If you're between the ages of 3 and 9, you're only going to have to pay $12. Mm-hmm. So not a big hike there. I thought it was $11 or $12.
Yeah,
per
I think
person.
it was only 12 last year when we went.
Okay, so
here's the thing. I think with your annual pass or a DVC membership, it goes back down to $12. Mm-hmm. I think last year was like 14. No, it was 12 and it went down to 10. So this time it's 14. I think it went down. It'll go down to 12. So.
Yeah, and that's great. And the thing that I think is so funny is, A, I don't see a line of people trying to get into the miniature golf places. And B, mm-hmm. to my knowledge, they have not done any improvements to the golf places.
No.
So it's just raising money for the heck of it.
Yeah, so speaking of golf places, I'll ask you, John, because November we really don't have a meetup scheduled. So I was thinking about doing a miniature golf meetup. Mm-hmm. It's nice. It's cool in the November. We won't sweat our kahunas too much. So what do you think? Yep.
I think we should do that. So what do you guys think? If you what do you guys think? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Drop us an email or at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com mm-hmm. or make a comment over on our Facebook page at Disney Parks Podcast on Facebook. And let us know does a golf outing in November sound like a good idea? I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then we'd have to pick which one. Now I've played Fantasia golf course, which is great, but I really like to do Winter Summerland.
Okay. I've done both. Actually, I've done both sides. I've done all four because both places have two courses. Right. I've done all four. And I do like Winter Summerland. And I think, maybe getting into the Christmas spirit, well, we should go to Winter Summerland and play the winter side, kind of. Yeah, I
think it's a good idea. We could all wear parkas with our shorts and flip-flops.
Or Santa hats or, whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it up big. Yeah. Okay, so that's the water parks. That's a miniature golf. Right. Let's talk about Disney Quest.
Oh, boy.
Disney Quest, for a day at Disney Quest, a full day at Disney Quest, which ironically, if you show up like at 5 or 6, they're doing like half day pricing, which is interesting. And they're trying to get people to come in there. So this makes no sense to me. So Disney Quest, if for general admission, ages 10 and up, is $47.93 per person. Mm-hmm. If you're between the ages of 3 and 9, it's $41.54 per person. So they've upped the price on Disney Quest.
Yeah.
And aren't they going to close Disney Quest?
Yeah, it's going away. They just want to aggravate you a little bit more before they take it away. We're leaving like in January, but until January, we've raised the price.
Yes, you're going to pay more because it's, the last time we get to sock it to you.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Come on. I mean, just, you're going to get rid of it? Lower the price. Make it free for a day. Like the last day, it should just be free.
Right. Yes. Actually, what it should be on the last day is everybody gets to take one piece home with them. And that's a great way to clear the place out because they're certainly not going to put those...
You have to take one video game home with you.
Yeah, I'll go for the Wreck-It Ralph.
All right, so you want the Wreck-It Ralph game?
Yeah, because that's the newest game.
I think I would go old school. I think I would take an Asteroid game. That'd be cool. In my father's restaurant, there was the cocktail table version of that.
Yep.
And I used to play that thing ad nauseum.
Yeah. Yeah, our Sarah's Sid's thing was Pacman. Yeah, so she played Pacman. Yeah. I had one of those. I didn't have it, but the place that we went to all the time had a Pacman, a coffee table versions. Yeah. I was always playing Pacman. But I just think that it's, for 2 more months, let's go to the added expense of printing all new paperwork.
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. They crack me up sometimes.
Yeah. The comment in the comment section says they want us to pay more to go back to the 90s.
That's true. The one thing I do like, there's actually 2 things I do kind of like in there. The one is you can build your own roller coaster and ride it.
Yes.
I know you could do that over at Summer of All Thrills, but over at Disney Quest, you don't have to wait in that line. It's no longer
True.
over to secret. And the second thing I like is Buzz Lightyear bumper car, Astro Blaster things, where you shoot little round balls, and then you can make the person's car spin around.
Right.
I like that. Those are two things I might miss there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be able to just go in there and play basketball games and stuff. And
no.
NBA experience. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, this was a big thing all over the internet. Everybody, I don't know if they were excited, they were happy, they were mad, but there was a lot of chatter about this, a lot of reposts, a lot of sharing, a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation until Disney finally made the announcement. But now you can actually make your own Magic Band at the Magic Kingdom. Right. So, we'll get into the story, and then I have a couple of things that I was thinking about when they made this post. So guests can now have a new option to create and personalize their own version of a retail Magic Band at Walt Disney World Resort in the Magic Kingdom at the Tomorrowland Power and Light Company, which is located near Space Mountain in the Magic Kingdom. And this is a new option for guests, and it's very similar to the D-Tech On Demand Boutique, which was first introduced in June of 2014 at the Marketplace Co-op in Disney Springs, or Downtown Disney back then. So at the Tomorrowland location, you may choose to create either a retail Magic Band or a D-Tech phone case. So you can do both there. If you're creating a retail Magic Band, Disney will offer you the choice between 8 different Magic Band colors, including the infamous and always requested purple. I may just tell them, just give me a purple Magic Band. Don't put anything on it. Just give me the band.
Don't do anything.
Don't mess it up with any of your stuff.
You know what they're going to say?
Well, we have to still charge you. Fine, charge me.
No, that's not what they're going to say. We can't give you a purple Magic Band unless you go through and have something printed on it.
Well, print it very lightly so I can peel it off. There are approximately 40 graphics to apply to your custom Magic Band, and all of them, from what I saw, are not a complete cover. It's not an end-to-end. It'll stop at the Mickey, and then it prints then on the other side. So it's like a two-sided print, from what I've seen, on every one of them. There are a few Magic Band graphics that will only be found in this location that will salute the classic Magic Kingdom park attractions and icons. So here's my theory. They're going to put one of these in every park, and each park will have some kind of exclusive to its park. This is exclusive to the Magic Kingdom. This is exclusive. This way they'll get you to go and get these exclusive things
that you can only get here.
Right.
That's, you
can't get it at Disney Springs. You can't get it over here. You have to come here. So in addition to the artwork, the retail Magic Bands can be personalized, and you can have a name printed on them. And I believe it's up to 11 characters. So if you have a name longer than 11 characters.
Yes. If you're from the European nations where you've got Rakamalachevich, you're out of luck.
So what I figured out that Walt Disney is under 11 characters. So I may be good. Because I'm going to just have mine, Walt Disney. I say, excuse me, sir, your name's really not Walt, is it?
Yeah. So you can't do the Elias.
Yeah, right. Once designed, the retail Magic Band will be printed in that location. The printers are using a UV ink, which dries immediately and requires no cooling time. For the final step, you can either have it linked to your current media, or you can take it home and give it as a gift, or just take it home and not have it linked to anything. The regular printed custom Magic Band will be $21.95. And then, God forbid you want to put your name on it, that'll be $29.95. Because we have to use more ink. I don't. None of the designs really blew my mind.
Nope. Except they're new. I mean, Country Bear Jamborees, that was cool. Splash Mountain, that's cool. I
want to know what the exclusive ones are. I think
they're attraction based, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so, but they didn't really say. I don't know. We'll have to go there and take a looky-loo. And
I'll be there Sunday. I'll take a looky-loo Sunday.
Yeah, and find out what the exclusive ones are. I don't know. Like I said, I do like the color purple. And if I could just get a purple Magic Band with nothing on it, that'll be fine. I have my friends at Magic Your Band that I could put my own nice
right
decal on it.
And that's the thing. I mean, I think that this is Disney reacting to the immediate, like all these different band companies popped up and they're like, well, wait, we can get in on this. Yeah, you could have, but if you're doing the whole Magic Band thing, I mean, they send out Magic Bands for, okay, so we have friends of ours that visit every weekend for the Food and Wine Festival. So there's 6 weekends of Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
And so there's three or four people in the family. Each weekend they got a separate Magic Band.
Right.
So they've got 24 Magic Bands just sitting there. It's crazy.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure they can get them linked and turned off, but what was it? I guess it was Rick from Travel with Rick, or somebody. We were hanging out together, and they said they had to roll off one of their bands, couple of bands, because like 90 or something.
Yeah. So what Matt told me at Magic Your Band is a family of 4 can get a Magic Band each for each person for under $24. And the way they print them is you actually get 2. They don't just send you one because in case you make a boo-boo, they don't want to ship them. So you really get 2. So it's really 2 per person almost.
Right.
That get sent to you. And you're out for under $25. This, you're only getting 1 per person, and it's $21.95. So,
right. You know, yeah, and I hope that Disney doesn't go the route of the people who were doing the reservations. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there were companies that were providing a legitimate service. How they were doing it is questionable, and if there's other bloggers who are listening to me that want to sit and talk about it, you're more than welcome to. I don't care at this point. I'm so over it. But they were making reservations, and then they were providing reservations to people who couldn't get reservations. Now, it's cart before the horse. You know, well, maybe I could have gotten a reservation if these companies weren't out there. That's true, and maybe not. I mean, you know, I don't know if it's a cause and effect thing. Disney thinks it is because they shut them down. Right. And now, you know, a lot of travel buddies are like complaining because they used some legitimate services. Well, legitimate services got shut down too. I'm hoping that Disney doesn't do the same thing with like these Magic Your Bands. And I think there's like 2 or 3 other band covers out there.
Fantasy bands and
all that good stuff. I don't want to give them any free press, but you know, all these other companies out there that are providing a legitimate service. You know, for the longest time, the only way you could get a Magic Band that was purple was companies like Magic Your Band. Right.
Yeah. I know some of them, the band companies, had received cease and desist letters from Disney early on because they were using copyrighted graphics and images and names. So Disney did send them cease and desist. And, you know, they stopped. They went back, redesigned stuff, but they're really on the edge. All right, their naming convention, they changed, but still the designs are, for me, really on the edge of copyright infringement. You know, I mean, if you get a cease and desist from Disney, you cease and desist and you really take it on because they're not screwing around. You know, they have a lot of lawyers.
Yeah, and you know, and a lot of people
like the bug you are.
You know, and a lot of people have asked us, how do we get away with Disney Parks podcast?
Yeah.
Well, we're flying under the radar and we're providing a positive service to Disney. Yeah. I'm sure that if we were doing something underhanded and making money,
Right.
and causing people harm or
Mhm.
distress in the process,
Or
that
bashing the brand.
right, or bashing the brand. And I have to catch myself, because my opinion sometimes I'm passionate about it, but I'm never bashing the brand. I mean, I love Disney,
Right.
but I'm sure that if we cross that line, once you get on their radar,
Yeah.
you're done. That's
You
it.
don't get off.
You do what they want, or you do not. And then once you do not do what they want, you do not do anything after that, because
Right.
they'll shut you down.
Yeah.
Because they've got way more money, they've got deeper pockets and better lawyers than we'll ever have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're married to one.
I don't know. I'm not.
I'm not either. But
Yeah.
all right, so I don't know. We'll take a look at it. You get this Magic Bands $21.95.
Yep.
Are personalized for $8 more.
I know.
I'm sure that ink doesn't cost $8 to type your name.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to move on to some positive fun news?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Rick Bayless. Are you a fan of Chef Rick Bayless?
I am.
Excellent. So Rick Bayless is bringing an open Frontera Fresco restaurant to Disney Springs here at Walt Disney World. I'm so excited for that and Art Smith. Art Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait for that restaurant to open. But Chef Rick Bayless, a 6 times James Beard Foundation winner, is bringing Frontera Fresco, his table service Mexican restaurant concept, to Disney Springs, the new dining, shopping, and entertainment district here at Walt Disney World. Opening the summer of 2016, Frontera Fresco will showcase the gourmet Mexican cuisine that has made Chef Bayless a culinary legend. Bayless said, "I'm thrilled to bring Frontera Fresco to Disney Springs to share my passion for Mexican cuisine with the families who visit Orlando every year." I'll get back to that. Let's put a pin in that one for just a second. The new restaurant will feature authentic Mexican specialties such as handcrafted tortillas, tacos, salads, fresh made guacamole, classic Mexican braised meat entrees, all prepared with time-honored recipes with natural, locally sourced ingredients. Frontera Fresco also will serve an extensive selection of margaritas and cocktails and craft beers and wine. Thank you, God. Working with Chef Bayless to bring his fresh dining concept to the new Disney Springs is a joy for Rich Debler, who works for Disney, and he cannot wait for guests to experience it. Let's just stop for just 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
If Chef Bayless is convinced that people only come to Walt Disney World once every year, apparently locals are completely out of the mind of anybody on Disney or selling Disney or promoting Disney.
Well, that's what Disney told Chef Bayless.
Correct. You know.
Oh, no, we don't have any locals that will come to your restaurant.
Don't come. Now I have a question for you.
We're going to go to Rocco Taco instead.
Yeah, this came out a couple days ago. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Mexican food is a little overplayed, A, at Downtown Disney, and B, at Walt Disney World? Now, that's the question. I'll give you a second to think about it, because here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
You already have Paradiso 37.
That's not Mexican.
No. It's not?
No. That is the Americas. It is not Mexican.
Right.
It is North America and South American cuisine, but not Mexican.
Okay.
It's like Brazil and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. And they have a wall of tequila.
Yeah, but it's not Mexican. They are not saying they have Mexican food.
All right, I'll go with you on that.
I don't think they even have tacos on the menu. I really don't.
No, they do. I've had something there that was. I've had lots of stuff that was Mexican-esque. Yeah. But they might change their menu. I don't know. The other thing is, we've got 2 restaurants at Epcot that are there all the time.
Mm.
We've got Mexican coming into Walt Disney World now full time.
Yeah.
I don't think we have.
Mexican is a very popular cuisine right now.
Yeah, it's trendy.
See, yeah, you use the word trendy.
Right.
Very trendy right now.
Yeah.
I would put this along the lines of the Rocco Taco. This is the high-end Mexican, or the same as the Mexican Pavilion in Epcot. This is not your, your Moe's or your Taco Bell. And some people say, well, they have Bongos. Well, Bongos is Cuban food. It's not Mexican again, so you can't say it's the same. That's Cuban, and I'm sure I'm not Cuban and I'm not Mexican, and I'm sure there's a big difference. I've never been to Bongos yet.
Well, you have. We've had cocktails there.
Okay, I've had cocktails there, and I've used the bathroom, but I haven't eaten there.
That's good. Good stuff. Well, and I guess I did misspeak when I said the question. It just feels like it's just Latin food heavy.
Yeah. Mm.
Not that I'm anti-Latin food. I mean, look at me. There's not many meals that I'm missing, and I don't care what nationality it is. But I'm just saying, we just seem to be leaning kind of heavy towards that.
I agree. I agree a little bit. Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, Brian in the chat room. I believe that's Brian said it might not be expensive to make Mexican food. Yeah. It's not expensive to make Chinese food. And I'll meet you at Morimoto, and I want to watch your eyes when you look at the menu, my brother.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't Chinese food's probably less expensive than Mexican food.
Speaking of Morimoto, I was supposed to go to dinner with Al, John, and Kristen tonight at Morimoto.
Oh, you blew him off?
I blew him off for this.
Thanks, buddy. I love you so much.
Yeah.
Notice I didn't get invited to dinner. If we hey, invite me, we'll blow this off. We'll do this another time.
That's what I should have said. We should have done it some other night.
That's right.
But we did go to Kappa on Sunday. Sunday? What the hell night is this? Tuesday? Sunday night.
Tuesday, right?
Yes. Yeah, we did go to Kappa at the Four Seasons, and let me tell you, listen, I love the food a lot there. The food is delicious.
I'm sensing a butt.
I do not enjoy the price.
No,
I do not enjoy the price at all.
No, because you could fund a third world nation on the price tag.
The three of us for dinner was $272.
Yeah, but did they do the thing where they ordered like 3 main entrees and split it, and 2 appetizers and 5 cocktails?
No,
really?
We couldn't do that at this price.
Oh,
we did share 3 appetizers, but they were cheap. I'm saying they're cheap.
Less expensive than entrees.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think like the cheapest entree there is like $40. But let me tell you, it was delicious. Everything there was delicious. There was not a bad thing, and they did toss in a couple extra appetizers for us to taste, and a couple of extra desserts. But still in all, even with those thanks for coming things,
right?
It was still a lot of money,
Wow.
Yeah. I listen. I would go there if I would go there and eat any night if I could afford it every night.
Sure.
Oh,
dude, you go to Ravello every night.
I would go to Ravello every night, hands down.
Right.
And that's a little bit on the.
It's a little bit more palatable. It's not PB&G, the Pool Bar and Grill.
No, it's not PB&G, and it's not. I can't say it's a lot cheaper than Kappa. It's cheaper than Kappa, right, but it's not a lot cheaper. I've gone out of there with paying a couple $100 too. So.
Yeah, but it's Four Seasons. If you're concerned about the price of a dinner at the Four Seasons, you probably shouldn't be at the Four Seasons. And just being honest, I love and respect. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that as a dig.
No. I mean, we went there at 7:00. We didn't leave till 10.
Good times.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 3-hour dinner.
A 3-hour meal,
and then we saw Hollow Wishes from up there too. So
even better.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So, all right, we deviated from the plan.
That's a shocker. We never do that here on the Disney Parks podcast. We're always on script and on task.
All right, so I got a bunch of little short news stories that we're just going to run through pretty quickly.
Right.
Without maybe
this first thing, though, I am so excited by this first thing. I cannot tell you.
I'm sure. And I know there's a good reason for it, too. So here's just about, five stories that are really just short. So one was, it was announced that the Night of Joy will be changing venues in 2016. The event of the Christian Music Festival is going to now take place at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. So make sure that when the announcement is made next year for tickets, that you understand you are not going to the Magic Kingdom.
Correct.
And the reason for that is that they don't want to shut down the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
So they're going to move it. And I think that's perfect.
Chris Rock said it best. Chris Rock said it best. There is no sex in the Magic Kingdom except that night. Just saying. Getting it out there.
I mean, they have that great venue, and they very rarely use it for great things like that. I thought that was a perfect move.
It's a perfect move for a lot of reasons, because how it usually played out, and this is coming from conversations that I've heard from cast members.
Right.
You know, and full disclosure, I fall into this group of people. You know, the Christian person. I fall into this group. I know a lot of times you won't believe that, but I really do. So it's an embarrassment to me when I hear stories like, parents just consider this like daycare. They, it's the Magic Kingdom.
Sure.
You know, what could go wrong at the Magic Kingdom? So they dump their kids out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they have until 1 o'clock in the morning to do whatever they want to with no adult supervision. First of all,
no, John, I've been told they're chaperoned.
Yeah, they're not chaperoned. There's a lot of places you can go in the Magic Kingdom. If you're a teenager, you'll understand that conversation. 2, they trash the place. 3,
they're unsupervised.
It's unsupervised, but it's very difficult for them to fit that into this theme park.
Yeah. Going
to a place that's open, that could be cordoned off. It's just, ESPN makes so much sense. It's just nothing but open fields. There's places that, you can lock them down.
Right.
Keep everybody together.
Yep.
And you don't have to trash the theme park. You don't have to shut the theme park down. You don't have to worry about all that crazy crowd stuff, because ESPN is perfect for that.
Yeah.
It just made so much sense. Kudos, Disney, for making that choice.
Now, they can have it in that, what is that called?
The Milk Center or Jostens Arena?
Yeah. I mean, they can have it in there.
They can have them inside. It'll be awesome. They have them outside on the soccer fields and the baseball fields.
Have one inside, one outside.
Have it in the stadium, for crying out loud. I would love to go to a concert in the stadium.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot of hate mail, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, fine.
Whatever. All right, next.
All right, next up, there are a few character changes that recently occurred. Rafkiki is now greeting guests near the Swiss family treehouse daily at the Magic Kingdom, in addition to Stitch, which will no longer be meeting guests in Tomorrowland, John. Also, over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, guests can now meet Flick from A Bug's Life once again in Discovery Island.
Dear Disney.
We need to have like a Jimmy Fallon thank you note music.
Dear Disney. Why on earth would you take away a character you can only meet in one place in the entire world
Magic
of
Kingdom?
Disney? And they have an attraction with his name on it, and you cannot meet
right over there
and greet that character.
I know.
Plus, don't you know who I am? I'm Stitch's biggest fan. You can't take Stitch out of the parks.
That would be like taking Buzz Lightyear from his place and
my mama's coming down. And when my mama finds out, Disney, you in trouble.
You better hurry up and get over there. Yeah. Cali River Rapids is no longer a morning extra magic hour attraction. So if you wanted to go there and get wet early in the morning, first thing, and ruin your day and walk around in wet clothes, you're out of luck.
Oh, well.
I have a feeling that's just for the winter. I have a feeling it'll be back on the summer list. The Fantasia Laundry Room at the Disney All-Star Movie Resort is now closed. And there's no definite end date planned to when it will be reopened. However, during this closure, guests may use the Mighty Ducks Laundry at the Disney's All-Star Sports Resort. How nice of you.
Yes,
That they have
now
to
you
get
can.
on a bus with their dirty laundry to go over to another resort to do their laundry.
You have to walk over there to do your stanky laundry.
Walk, you got to take a bus. It's huge. You can't walk.
Yeah. Can I get a cart to assist me? No.
No.
Can I get on a bus?
No. Can I get the vice president of this resort to take me in his car? No.
No.
Beginning November 5th, guests will be able to dine with an Imagineer on the first Thursday of each month at Chef's Domain at Citricos. This experience includes a 4-course dinner for $89 and can be up. What?
I thought it was a typo.
Yeah, $89. Yeah, that is a good price. And you can do a wine pairing for an additional $30. Let me tell you something. Do this. Yep. Do this wherever they offer. Well, I know the reason they're doing this is because they're closing the Flying Fish. And that's one of the places that you can do it at. I did it at the Brown Derby, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because it's in this small room called the Bamboo Room.
Right.
And I think it seats 12. But when we did it, there was 4 of us.
Oh, jeez.
Me, my mother, and another couple, and an Imagineer for an entire 3 hours or whatever it was.
Right.
And I had a great time.
Yeah. Now this is amazing because you actually get to sit and talk to somebody that actually, can affect a little bit of change.
Yes.
But let's just step back a sec. You're getting to go to Citricos,
right,
and have dinner with an Imagineer for $89.
Right.
This is the type of pricing that would encourage someone like me and my lovely wife to do this, because that makes sense.
Right.
Spending $175 for a person to have a meal is nonsensical.
Yeah.
This makes total sense.
I know.
So maybe we're saying that, Disney's going to do 180 degrees opposite or whatever makes the most sense.
Right.
Somebody is aware, because this is brilliant. I love this.
Yeah.
And I'm the first person to bash them when they do something silly.
Yeah. So my Imagineer, her name is, I'm trying to look at, you get this plate that says Dining with Imagineer. She signed it. I think her name was Kathy. You also get a name badge too. She was the woman who did the interior design for the Cinderella Castle Suite.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And she did the interior design for the Jamba House lobby. So I was like, okay, the lobby thing, that's great, Kathy. Can you take us to the Cinderella Castle Suite?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you show us your work up there? Goes, oh, I haven't even been up there. I said, well, that's great, but I want to go up there. How do I get up there?
That makes no sense.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. We should do this.
Yeah, we should maybe do this as a meetup.
Maybe.
Let's do it when my mom comes down again.
That'd be great. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
All right.
You, me, and Sid and your mom go hanging out in Imagineer. Yeah. I'd be down with that.
It'd be great if there's only 4 of us again.
Hey, nobody tell Sarah we could do that for her birthday.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
That'd be great.
When's her birthday?
December 6th. But she's running a half marathon that weekend. Okay. Don't get me started. All right, so if you're a fan of the Little Orange Bird, we have some new merchandise that's available this fall at the Disney parks. New Orange Bird home decor and more has landed at Disney parks and the Disney Parks app, which we'll get to in just a second. The new home decor items will include 2 small kitchen towels decorated with Orange Bird graphics, an Orange Bird coffee mug, a small dish, a salt and pepper shaker, are also planned. These items were designed to complement the previously released bowl, orange juice picture, and small juice glasses. So if you wanted to trick out your entire kitchen with Orange Bird, you just have to wait and be patient. Right. It's all coming. Some of the fan favorites will be the new open edition retail magic bands coming this December to select Walt Disney World Resort merchandise locations. And once these items are completely released Inside the Disney parks, you may find select products using the free Shop Disney Parks app. Have you used this app
I
yet?
have. I think it's terrible.
Okay.
Actually, I was trying to find something that's in the parks. I know it's in the parks because I saw it in the park, and I can't find it on the app.
I don't know if everything that's available in the parks is available on the app. I don't think that's the dealio.
I thought that was...
But it should
Yeah,
be.
I thought that was the whole thing, that you can scan any barcode, and then it would tell you everywhere it's located at Walt Disney World. I thought that was the whole idea behind this thing, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, the same person that said that probably said that when you're on an attraction and you have a magic band, happy birthday, John. Oh my gosh, Country Bear Jamboree just said happy birthday to me.
I think I have to give a shout. We should give a shout out to, I think, Jason Grant is one of the Imagineers that is currently drawing the Orange Bird, and has kind of brought it back to life and kind of given the little bird CPR and brought him back. I think he's still doing it. His buddy, the other his buddy Jason Zorel left, is now over at that other place down the street.
Oh,
yeah, he's at that place that begins with the U.
Oh, dear Lord! Yeah. Do you really want to have that conversation?
No,
you can say their name. Whatever. Get me started.
All right. Disneyland annual pass holders took a big hit with their price increase. I really, my heart bleeds for them. Really, I mean, it's almost $1,100 a person. That's ludicrous. But they're going to get another bang. Because their annual passes do not include parking. Which, if you want me to come, wait. If you don't want me to come,
do what you're doing.
Do what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing, and I will no longer attend your party.
All right, so parking at Disneyland isn't the only thing that recently got a price increase. So it went from $17 to $20. Your stay at Downtown Disney for a movie and a meal just went up too. So before, you were granted 3 free hours of parking, and then up to 2 hours more are free with validation from the AMC theaters or a Downtown Disney table service restaurant. The new rules reduce that initial free hours by 1, so now you're down to 2 hours. And on top of that, once you stay, you'll be charged $12 for each additional hour. That is just crazy.
Is it 15-minute increments?
Yeah,
or 30-minute
15-minute increments. Yeah. They're really just beating these pass holders up.
Here's what I wish they would do.
But how do you go to a movie and dinner in 2 hours? A movie's 2 hours.
You don't. You do not. Unless you go to like the Fork and Screen. You don't. So here's what Disney needs to do. And this is radical, okay? If you're I'm just crazy enough to probably edit this out of the podcast, but if you're listening live, you get this. Here's my thought.
All right.
Stop selling annual passes.
If you don't want them,
you
don't want pass holders, stop selling annual passes.
Stop selling them. Then we're all forced to have to pay to park and pay to get in. And see, that will drastically revolutionize how Disney works, because then all of these the marketing stuff where it's stay, play, and dine, that all will go away because they're getting ready to stop that anyway from the rumors that I'm hearing. All these little silly things that they keep doing, then Walt Disney World and Disneyland. See, this raises Disneyland up into what Disney World is, which is a worldwide destination. Disneyland's not considered that. See, this is the type of radical thinking I think that would get me a high-end gig if I was on board. I know Tom Staggs and Bob Iger would appreciate this, because this does nothing but help the numbers out.
Right.
Because no more annual pass holders. You don't have to worry about all that free parking that you're losing. Walt Disney World's getting ready to spend millions of dollars on new parking lots for Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. You know, just do away with it. Nobody will be frustrated. Everybody will buy their tickets,
theory,
and it'll be great.
Robin's theory is that annual passes should be $5,000 per person. He says that'll just weed out everybody that can't afford.
Right, right, including me. I'm not sure about you, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
I'm pretty sure I'd be out. I'm pretty sure I'd be out.
$5,000 a year? Come on. I don't think, I just recently got a survey from Disney about being a pass holder. And they did not get a very good survey results for me. One of the questions that I really harshly beat them up was, do you feel that the money you're paying is do you feel the money is the value of being a pass holder? Do you feel valued as a pass holder, and do you feel like you're getting any benefits from being a pass holder? No, absolutely not. I don't feel valued as a pass holder. And I don't feel that the price that you're charging me is an indication of the value I should be getting. I can't get fast passes for the attractions I want. The parks are always crowded and full. Even if I don't want to go on something, they're still just crowded. For us just to kind of go there and hang out, like sometimes like we do, even that is a hassle. So, they're going to have to fix something.
Well, here's the theory that I've lived by. Gosh, I've probably had this theory for a long time. And this is the point with which I will look at Disney. Right. Chandra Lee said 100 years. I'm not that old. I just turned 45. Here's the thing. Disney for me is not that big about the rides are great. The attractions are awesome. The fireworks shows are great. But once you've seen them a couple times, you've seen them.
Yeah.
Going to Disneyland for me, because I don't live there, is very special because Walt actually walked there. But it's the nostalgia factor. If you don't have that passion for Disney, the history of the parks, if you don't know who designed these rides and who blood, sweat, and tear them into creation, probably when I go to that place down the road, I like it, spend a lot of time there, but I don't have that same passion because it's a little different. Now, having said that, Disney for me has just become the device that I use to get together with people that I care about.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Disney's that piece that kind of goes through it. Disney's kind of that, it's kind of like what having cocktails with people are. It's just kind of that lubricant for social interaction. That's what Disney is to me. If I stop going to Disney tomorrow, I can still go to downtown Disney if I really want to. Heck, I don't have to go there. I can go to City. There are tons of great restaurants in Orlando that I can call you and call 5 or 6 other people and say, hey, guys, let's get together and have dinner and just hang out for a while.
Yeah. Orlando's become a foodie town.
Absolutely. Food and beer and bourbon and wine.
Yeah.
Holy cow. There's so many great places for all of that in Orlando.
You could drink your way around iDrive.
Yeah. That would be an interesting experiment. But I think I understand the concept of what Disney's doing. Disney's got to make money. Right. I understand that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be harder and harder for me to say that after, they make a bazillion dollars off of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And the other properties. I mean, they would say that their profitability on the theme parks is not very high. They're not making as much money on the theme parks, but they're making money hand over fist in other areas.
Right.
Hey, wow. So, with that being said, there is going to be a day when the price and what we get out of it's going to be a tipping point. There's no way around it. And that's going to be a hard day for a lot of people. It's going to be a hard day for me. There's going to be a lot of hard conversations that have to be had.
Right.
But, you know, this is a conversation we have periodically. About every time this year we have conversations like this.
Right.
You know, what do you guys think out there? We would love to know. If you visit our website, you could leave us a comment. You could email us at disneyparkspodcast@gmail.com. And the other thing is you can call our hotline and leave us a voicemail. I would love for you to do that because I would want to hear the passion in your voice like you hear every week from me and Tony. I mean, we love Disney. I mean, if you cut us, do we not bleed Mickey Mouse red? I mean, you know.
Sure.
But after a while, it's just like, how much can you swallow? I mean.
Yeah. All
right. I'll get off my soapbox.
Yep.
Moving on. Hey,
speaking
of swallowing, let's talk about hot dogs.
Yeah.
My buddy Rick, I'm sure, I don't know if he's seen this yet. I'm sure he's probably going to do the happy dance because he's a hot dog guy. Yeah. But there's
one of these that I'm really interested in trying, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that I'm really interested in trying. So the new gourmet hot dogs are now debuting at the Gasparilla Island Grill at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. So they recently started dishing up 7 new gourmet hot dogs, each themed to a different city or region in the United States. Each specialty dog is served on a bun, fresh baked daily by the Grand Floridian Bakery, with a different hot dog for each day of the week. So if you're dying for a specific hot dog, you have to go on a certain day. So Sunday is the Cleveland dog, which is near and dear to my heart. The Cleveland dog is topped with French fries, coleslaw, and hot sauce. Monday is the Seattle dog. For lovers of spicy food, you can get the Seattle dog, which is topped with cream cheese, raw jalapenos, chopped cabbage, and finished with a little sriracha sauce. Tuesday is the Kansas City dog, which is simple. The Kansas City dog is served on a sesame seed bun with sauerkraut and Swiss cheese. That sounds pretty good. The Memphis dog is the one that I'm so jacked up about. My mouth is watering. I've not had dinner yet, so my mouth is watering. So check this out. The Memphis dog has topped with 2 slices of bacon, barbecue sauce, chopped scallions, and shredded cheddar cheese.
Wow.
Thursday, this is very interesting.
This is the one I want to try.
Yeah, Thursday's dog is called the Idaho dog, and it's served on a baked potato instead of a bun and piled high with bacon bits, chives, sour cream, and shredded cheddar cheese. For the price, I think that's probably going to be the best offer.
Yeah.
You know, you're
getting a potato and a dog.
Yeah, you're getting a hot dog with a side of baked potato. Friday is the New York dog. This dog will make you say, I love how Disney writes sometimes, thank God it's Friday, with a New York minute, which will be mustard, sauerkraut, and onion served on top of a New York hot dog. So
but
Saturday,
the thing that they're missing with that dog. They're missing the dirty water. They should have called it a dirty water dog. They should have gotten some New York water, boiled it in that like the street vendors do in the city, and they made it a dirty water dog.
So on Saturday, you get the Chicago dog, which is a traditional Chicago-style hot dog. A pickle spear, celery, salt, tomatoes, whole sport peppers, chopped onions, green relish, and mustard on a poppy seed bun. I think that would be good. I would dig a Chicago dog, but I'm telling you, that Memphis dog and that Idaho dog are speaking to me.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely Thursday, huh? I gotta think what I'm doing on Thursday.
Yeah, we should coordinate.
Make it out there.
Should do a Periscope.
Yep.
Let's Periscope it out.
Yeah. All right, so I was trolling the internets today, and I found an interesting rumor. I think some other websites, there's a couple websites that had this story, that Disney is working on a project based on a movie project based on the Tower of Terror.
Does it star Steve Guttenberg?
No. I don't think so.
Darn it.
Or Kristen Dunst? No. So, I would be interested. I don't know. Would I be interested in seeing a movie about the Tower of Terror? I would. I think this Tower Terror's got a good backstory, like the Haunted Mansion, and I think it could be good enough to do a whole, movie.
Well, for a long time, Guillermo del Toro, who did Hellboy and he did Pacific Rim,
Mm.
I think he did Crimson Peak. He does amazing horror movies. He was actually supposed to be doing a Haunted Mansion movie. In fact, they came out a couple years ago at Comic-Con. He had the logo, and they talked about it. He would kill it. I think the Haunted Mansion movie and this, rumored Tower of Terror movie have the same problem. They have two really crappy movies associated with it.
Right.
No disrespect to Eddie Murphy. Yeah. That movie was not his best work.
No. I don't think it was him. I think it just had a bad script.
Yeah.
But back in the day, when I worked as a store manager of a video store. And then I had a part-time job in a video rental store. So I was selling videos during the day and renting them at night at a different store.
And then after hours, he was selling them out of the back of his van.
Mad. But me and this guy that I used to, do this with, he was a store manager at a different store, but then at night we would, buddy up and do the rental thing. We were calling ourselves like script doctors. We could take a movie and then we go, all right, we would change this, and this, and this, it would make the plot better. And I said, we should open up like a service and we should move out to Hollywood, call ourselves like script doctors. We can come in and we can fix your script if you think it's crappy, So I think it all starts with a good story, much like the attraction. It's got a good story, a good backstory. You understand by the theming of the attraction what you may or may not expect. You're going into the boiler room. You're getting on a creaky elevator, with the little pre-show, they're telling you kind of. I think that if they have a good story, they can probably make a good movie. Now, allegedly, this treatment is being done by John August, who I'm not familiar with, and a producer called John Whitaker, and I am also not familiar with his work. So I may have to, look at them on IMDb and find out, the history of their work and see, But I just thought it'd be interesting. I think I like when they do movies around attractions. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I would love. I saw this rumor the other day too, and my first thought was, dude, what would be really cool is if they did it just like the old Tower of Terror. Excuse me, the old Twilight Zone movies. Right. Like actually write it and shoot it, treat it like an old Twilight Zone movie, not the 80s movie, which was phenomenal.
Right.
But like really do it up big like the classic Twilight Zone. Even maybe go as far as doing like a little Rod Serling type overdub. I mean, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. And they could call our buddy, oh my God, what's his name? I can't even think of it. Mark Silverman. I'm looking at his picture.
Supposed to be reaching out to
the dude over there. I have his picture behind me. You can't see. Mark Silverman. Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
What other? This is a discussion we've actually had. This discussion.
Yeah, we had this discussion.
Yeah. Well, I think some other attractions would be a great movie.
Yeah.
Well,
they're. I don't know. What other stuff could they turn into a good movie?
Star Tours would be cool. Toy Story Mania would be cool.
Stitch, Great Escape.
Stitch. Yeah. All right. Jungle Cruise. All right. So Disneyland, speaking of being out on the left coast, has added a second fireworks show. Huge crowds are expected to flood Disneyland Resort this coming Thanksgiving, and park operations is coming up with new and inventive ways to help manage the ebb and flow of the attendance, especially when it comes to the heavily trafficked early evening hours. So one method they will be using this year is adding a second, earlier Disneyland Forever fireworks show at 6:30 p.m. While featuring two fireworks shows in one night at the park has been a rare occurrence, it's not without precedent. In the past, it's happened on the 4th of July, New Year's Eve, and on the day celebrating the Diamond's 60th this past summer, which was July 17th. All right, just checking. According to Disney insiders, the strategy for adding a second fireworks show may continue to be utilized in the future to help thin out crowds. This experiment proved successful. Also available during Thanksgiving week will be 2 shows, each of the Christmas Fantasy Parade and the Paint the Night Parade, and, of course, the ever-popular Phantasmic. What a shocker. A lot of people there. Let's thin the herd by offering more entertainment. And the only downside that I see in this
So
is,
are they assuming that people are going to go to the earlier show and then get out?
I think they're assuming that if you have kids, it would be better to see the show and get back to the resort or get out of the park.
Yeah.
What I was going to say earlier was the only downside is if you've got people camping for the 6:30 show, then the show happens. You got people trying to exit the park, and at the same time, you got people camping for the late show.
Right.
Could backfire.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea. I love this. I love the concept. I think it's great that Disney's, thinking proactive. At Disneyland, what am I thinking right now? Go ahead.
I can't imagine, John.
We've got a couple other theme parks on the other coast that have problems with crowds during the holidays.
We don't care about them.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's throw it out there.
We're just caring about the Disneyland people.
I just threw it out there.
In that little container.
Yeah.
I've heard from a couple different people that have gone this year to Disneyland. Unfortunately, it's a good thing for the 60th people are going, but the bad thing is people are going, and it's been kind of a little crowded out there. So,
right, that's why they're charging $7,000 if you want an annual pass.
Yeah.
Just kidding, sort of.
If they can, they would. Yeah. All right. So our new friend, Kat Cressiter, who is the bride of the Haunted Mansion, gave us, I guess a couple weeks ago, kind of on her interview, kind of gave us a little hint that she was going to be involved with the contest with Radio Disney. And it is now out and available for all to enter. And this is how you can enter the Radio Disney contest. You can upload a haunted selfie or a picture of you in your Halloween costume. You don't have to, go crazy. On Instagram using the hashtag RD Haunted Sweepstakes. And if you are selected, this is the lovely prize that you can win. Round trip airfare for 4 to Anaheim, California. 4 tickets to Disneyland. Hotel accommodations and exclusive Haunted Mansion experience with the voice of the Black Widow bride, Kat Cressiter. Here's the thing that they don't mention on this. How many days is this for? Is this for a week? Is this for a month? How much time do I need off from work once I win?
1 day only. No, I don't know. I was just making that up.
It doesn't say. I couldn't find it. Maybe I got to go read the fine print in the rules.
Yeah, and it doesn't say where you're staying.
Yeah. The Motel 6 down the street.
Yeah, 2 blocks over, 1 block down.
Yeah. So, you can have up to 10 Instagram posts per day to still stay in. Right. So I think I've done 2 so far this day. I got to catch up and do a couple more of those. So you have to try and do this because I think it would be a really fun experience. I think Kat would be kind of fun to hang out with during the day on this.
It would be very interesting to hang out with Kat during the day. I think it'd be fascinating. I would love to hang out with Kat because she's got that, that character is so important. Yeah. I wish they were, and maybe they were, and I just wasn't paying attention or I wasn't a Disney fan back then. If you're listening, Kat, I love you. You're awesome. This is it has nothing to do with Kat Cressida.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it have been crazy to do this with Thurles Ravencroft?
Mm.
Could you imagine what that would have been like?
Yeah.
Hello. Come on in. Come in.
Welcome. We've been dying to see you.
You know, you know, you get him and somebody else, and you want to ride the ride with him. So if there was room for one more, I'd flip out right there.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool. Yeah, I'm with you. The chat room kind of lit up. One of the guys said I would have passed out. I would have been.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, how old is he? He's like 90, isn't he? He's pretty.
I'm not sure he's still around. I think he might have passed away.
Oh, really?
I'd have to go back and look. But could you imagine? Could you imagine riding the Haunted Mansion with Kat sitting next to you, and then you hit that room, and then you know he's sitting right there? I'd be like,
well, I rode the Tower of Terror with Mark Silverman sitting next to me.
Yeah,
and he was doing. Yeah, they turned off the audio in the attraction in our shaft, and he was doing the audio. And I'm sitting right next to him, like, all right, this is just weird.
Yeah,
he's doing the stuff, and it was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that was a good time.
I think that would be great. I hope you guys win. I hope you do win, and if you do win, Tony and I would love to go with you. I'm shamelessly plugging that.
Tony's winning. I'm going to win.
You're winning?
I've got my entries. I'm putting my entries in every day. I think it's up until Saturday. I think it's up until Halloween.
I think so.
It's only this week, so make sure you get them in. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not wearing any mask. I'm just putting this face on.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to win.
Well, I posted my.
Did you put your Buzz Lightyear mask on? Ah! All the way from Disneyland Paris, folks.
Hey, I'm Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, dear Lord in heaven. Dude.
It was last year's Halloween picture where I had the Buzz Lightyear shirt on.
Oh, yeah, mask. Totally remember.
I had the, where are they?
If you're watching this video, boys and girls, notice how relatively close all of this stuff is.
I had my gloves on.
Oh, dear Lord in heaven. That's crazy.
Yeah, I had the gloves on, yeah.
That's crazy. So, I think
they never keep their Toy Story gear right next to them?
I don't actually. In fact, my Stitch stuff, some of my Stitch stuff's in another room. Yeah. See, I work in this room, and I have to focus. Although the BB-8, if you could see where my workstation is, that BB-8 staring at me.
He's going, come to me, John.
Come play with me.
Come play.
Yeah. So I think that's it for news this week, right?
Yep, that's it. Wow. Let's do a short little wrap up. As we say around here, you can find us in the parks. But before you do, please go check us out at DisneyParksPodcast.com, where you can check out our shows, check out our blog, buy some goodies on there. We should mention that we have T-shirts there with our logo. Both logos. You can buy a T-shirt if you so choose. You can visit our sponsors. So if that's it, make sure that you check us out, and we'll see you in the parks. And let me just turn off some audio recording here.
That's excellent. Lon Smart in the house.